Hey, this is Mayor Craig Ford. I hope you're having a great day. Coming to you with another Mayor's Minute, and want to update you on some projects we got going on. And thank you for being patient for last week. We didn't do a Mayor's Minute. I had a detached retina and had to do a little healing, and I'm back at it now, and I can see the camera. So praise God to that, and thank you for the ones that all sent me well wishes and prayers. I want to say thank you again. I want to tell you some stuff that's going on right now. We have something that I created called Operation Spring Cleaning. We got our Public Works Department, we got our Street Department, we got our Building Department, we got our Police Department, Fire Department, and everybody together in a meeting. And I said, I want to put all our resources together and go in one area and just make a blast in each area. So if you haven't seen them, they'll be coming to your area, so be patient. And we do recommend that you go to the Hey Gadsden app on your iPhone or your Android. It's an app on the App Store. Download it. It'll geofence the issue that you're talking about, and that is where we're going to the places first that are on the Hey Gadsden app. So we try our best to look at social media when we can, but we don't. The social media is not a King James version for us, so the Hey Gadsden app is, and we want you to please report any issues on that app, and that's the way we'll pay attention to those matters. Now, other than that, we're going in ourselves, and we're looking at street signs, curb and gutters, potholes, sidewalk repairs, or police and fire going into the area and looking at things, the structures, and knocking on doors. If they've knocked on your door and just said, hey, anything you notice, kind of like a neighborhood captain or neighborhood watch, and to let us know what can we do to help you as you're the taxpayer. We had great success in Walnut Park, replaced a lot of street signs, cleaned out a lot of curbs and gutters, and I got a lot of comments, hey, it looks good, but are you going to keep it up? So many of you know I'm kind of the military. I'm still in the military, and I got a military-style leadership. I told them it's no good to me if we go in and we clean something up, but we don't maintain it. So now that we know where the problems are, we're going to maintain what we have cleaned up. And if we don't, you are the boss. You let us know and let me know, okay? So we're excited about this Operation Spring Cleaning. As I speak today and for the rest of this week, we're in the Mill Village. So we're having a good time over there, cleaning up a lot around the ball field and litter and everything else. Now, I want to speak to you from the heart and passionately about this. This is your city. These are your parks. I work for you. Please don't litter. Let's stop the littering. We sent the litter crew down I-759, and we sent them over in some areas in East Gadsden and cleaned up some litter spills and everything else, some litter dumps. And then the next day, there was litter again. So I don't understand why someone would litter, just to be honest with you. I have a rule of thumb. If the litter's in my vehicle, every time I fill up with gas, while my pump's going on, I take the litter out of the car and I put it in the trash can. But please help us help you. And you help our city by helping others not litter. If you see it, report it. We will do something about it, because that's part of my whole mission is cleaning up Gadsden. And y'all, we have done a great job with your help, and I want to appreciate everybody for doing their part. But man, we don't need any litter bugs. It just makes the city look bad. And if you see a litter place, let us know. We have put cameras up everywhere. We've caught a lot of people breaking the law, and we have prosecuted them, and we're taking them to court. We're delivering them warrants and summons, and we're getting them to court, and we're making sure they pay. So, if you don't want to pay, don't litter. That's all I can say. But thank you very much for helping us out on that. The next thing is our paving crew. Man, they're doing a great job. So we sent them out to an area, Plum Street, and they've been basically practicing and working together and building cohesive. We're using the new equipment and everything else. They're almost through with that practice session that we kind of put in place to let them work together. They are way above what I thought they were going to be. They're all professionals, and we're ready to hit the ground running. The first street I want to pave is basically on that map, what we talked about. We want to take the politics out of paving. We hired the company to go around and record every street in the city of Gadsden. They gave it back to us in data, red, yellow, green. All the red streets are ones that are in dire need of paving. Yellow means they will soon need to be paving. Green means they don't need to be paved. It's a map that shows every street in the city of Gadsden. I could be mayor for 20 years, God help us, and that's not going to happen. But if we paved every road we could that was red, we wouldn't get to 25% of them. So yes, that's how bad the roads are. but are we doing something about it? We're being proactive, and the reason we developed a paving crew so we could pave twice as many roads as we've been paving in the past, and sooner or later we'll catch up and you'll start noticing the difference. So I know people are passionate about paving. I hear it loud and clear, and I see it all the time. Well, what about this road? Well, I'm glad you paved that road, but my road's bad. I understand and I feel your pain. I am doing the best I can on paving, and we're getting to it as fast as we can. But the first road we're going to is down by Cherry Street Park. It's North 6th Street. It's a bad road. A lot of houses live on it. School buses go down it, postal routes, 911 routes, everything else. It needs to be paved, and we're going to pave it. And we're also going to start a new pavilion down at Cherry Street Park. The one that was built with the WP grant, I can't think, under the Roosevelt days, is falling apart. It has walls on it. It needs to come down. It's a structured hazard, and we're going to build a nicer pavilion in that area for the people to enjoy. So I'm excited about the paving crew, and they're going as fast as they can. And when the weather breaks and warms up, you'll see them because we're going to start paving 90-0. We're still going to be contracting out paving to still do what we were doing. So we're getting a double bang for our buck on this. And it's a good deal. Ribbon cuttings. These are exciting things. Everybody knows I love to cut a ribbon. If we're cutting ribbon, we're growing. So we have 2 ribbons cutting going to take place, and I'm asking everyone to participate. I don't know the date yet because we'll put it out. You'll see it. We'll put it on every social media and on our billboard that's on Rainbow Drive by the amphitheater. We'll have it going, but we're having a ribbon cutting at the Nakalula Fire Station. It looks wonderful. I love the red windows and red doors. I want to make sure we start doing that on all our new stations. That's just the way I remember as a kid. Fire stations ought to be red. And we ought to have some Dalmatian puppies out there, statues, and that's what I'm looking for. But it's a good recruiting tool for our firemen, and it's a good morale booster, and also notifies the public where a fire station is located. And then the next one's our campground. So we're very excited about that. I had some questions about the trees. Why did we cut the trees? So I'm not a tree expert, but I will tell you this. I met with the engineers and the architects, the landscape architects, and our construction general contractor, met with them all. When you disturb the earth and it's pines, the pines will die. So we had to make a blank slate and clean all that out, and then we decided to go back and plant only hardwoods. So I understand that Guntersville State Park did the same thing a few years ago. They went in and had to wipe out the whole thing, make a blank canvas, and then they came back with trees, and 2 years later the trees are there. So bear with us, the trees will grow. It'll only be hardwoods, which is an excellent thing in my opinion, and also the limbs will not be falling on these campers and these people that are staying there because it's not a liability hazard for the city. So it's a beautiful place. The pool is beautiful. We're excited about this area up there. We purchased 20 additional acres with the council's approval, connected to the falls, and our next phase is going to be something called glamping. Not familiar what that is. I'm not a big camper, but it's something to be really nice in a tent. And then we're also going to have primitive camping for those that don't want to pay the larger price for the campers, and you'll still have primitive camping for more of the locals and the surrounding areas. So that's the plan. That's what we're headed towards, and the 20 additional acres will house that type of camping. So if you can make a ribbon cutting, please come. That's exciting. We're going to have free admission to the park all day. We're going to have golf carts taking you around, showing you the places, taking you wherever you want to go. We're putting a lot of effort into cleaning up that park, so we're excited about it. Advocacy Day is something that we went to Montgomery. I got to go down and see a lot of my old friends. We visited with Finance Director Bill Poole, DECA Chairman Boswell. We talked to the Chancellor of the two-year school, Jimmy Baker, made a lot of connections, and not only that, met with our local legislative delegation about some issues we have here in Gadsden where hopefully they can help us more, and how can we help them. So that was a good day. We went down there one day, drove down there and drove back in a monsoon on that Wednesday when it was raining so hard. And it made me realize I'm glad I'm not down there. I spent 18 years down there, and I respect the people that serve there because it's a lot to do that, and it takes a lot from their family. We want to tell you one thing that I'm also excited about is the Welcome to Gadsden signs. So we're going to do 4 signs to initially start this, 2 on 411, 2 on 431, where our boundaries are. I'm going to hold this up, and I hope you can see it, but we had these new signs that were drawn by an architect, and I love these signs. They're kind of state of the art. They go with our school colors, and they're also going to be lit up, and they're going to be not on the right of way, right off the right of way. and we're having to purchase some land from some people to be able to put these out. But it just is part of our operation cleanup of Gadsden, makes us look cleaner. Everything's uniform, and we've got a lot of comments on how, hey, we appreciate you cleaning up the river with the trees, and now we got to control the litter. But I want these signs to be very noticed, where when you drive into Gadsden, you know you're in Gadsden, and we look like we know what we're doing. We've been there and done that before. So there's a lot of things moving around. I wish I could tell you jobs, jobs, jobs. I'm focusing on jobs. We've signed numerous NDAs. Those are non-disclosures, which I can't talk about, but I can tell you we got a lot of things on the horizon, and we're able to utilize some of the facilities that we have that are sitting vacant to recruit some industry. I just want you to let you know that doesn't happen overnight. We got to put together packages and everything, but we got stuff looking at the airport sites. We got stuff looking over on the Megan sites, and also stuff looking over on the old steel plant sites. So we're looking at expansions of current industry and new industry, and I'm always looking at good paying jobs for the public, because that's what helps our economy grow. So, hey, thank you for being patient with us, but thank you for being patient also with the growth that we're experiencing. With growth comes a lot of changes. People don't like changes. Some do like changes. Some don't like changes. I get it. We want to listen to you, and we want to do what you think's best, but we want to make this place a better place to live for you and for me. So thank you for joining me. This is Craig Ford, Mayor of Gadsden.